So this video is about my 50-watt LED flashlight that I built a little while ago. Or actually, I built it today, so not a little while ago, but just now. And it's about 4,000 lumens. I have a 50-watt LED. It has 5 rows of 10 1-watt LED chips in it. And let me show how bright it is real quick. So I'm not sure whether that's swamping out the camera or not, but I'm not going to point it at the camera because I think that would probably damage my camera. Anyway, this is the light, and this is it compared to my through night. Now I always forget the number on this one. Yeah, Mini TN30. So this is quite a big light. It's about the size of a can of Coke, and it's a lot bigger than this one. That one's also a lot brighter than this one. This one's 3,200 lumens, and this one here is about 4,000. Now, the parts I used for this are the driver, the LED, heatsink, and the battery, and that's it. And this thing altogether cost me about $40 to build. Completely $40 in parts ordered from China, and that's it. Now I built it in about an hour. This took. So this is just held on with rubber bands because I couldn't figure out a better way to put it on. Just take this all off the battery. And that's just fallen off. So here's the actual LED and heatsink with the driver. So this is a 250-watt step-up converter. I believe it's a buck converter. I may be wrong about that, but that's what I think. And this is quite a nice converter. It cost me $10.90 on Amazon. And that's hooked directly to the positive and negative of my 50-watt LED. This heatsink is not really adequate for the LED, but if I don't intend to be using this for longer than 5 or 6 minutes at a time. And this driver, this step-up driver here, has one thing I don't like about it, and just one, and that is this little diode right here, which is the polarity protection of this. It's a Schottky diode, actually not a Schottky diode, it's a regular diode, put directly across the output, or the input, excuse me, as the negative towards the positive of the input, and the positive towards the negative of the input. So that normally, when you hook this up correctly, the negative on the black and the positive on the red, this diode will essentially be open circuit. But if you hook this up wrong, this diode will be a short circuit directly across the terminals. And if you hook it up on a storage battery like this, and you short circuit it through that diode is not going to last long. It's going to blow up very quickly. It's going to catch on fire, and then you're going to fry the rest of the circuitry after this goes open. So I don't like that at all. I'm going to remove that and just put a diode in line with one of the inputs. So that will fix that. Other than that, this seems like a very well built little converter here. I'm very happy with it. It is 250 watts, so I would actually be able to add up to 5 of these LEDs onto here. So this, I believe I'm losing my train of thought. Okay, now that I have regained my train of thought, which I had lost there for a moment, this LED is a rather inefficient version of a 50-watt LED. I bought this one because it was cheap. It's $8.99 on Amazon. And this one, it takes 50 watts of power, obviously, 50 watts at 34 volts, and it only puts out about 4,000 lumens, which is not very good for 50 watts of power. So later I will be buying a Cree 50-watt LED, which is going to put out 9,000 lumens of power. Or not lumens of power, that's incorrect, but 9,000 lumens of light output with the same 50 watts of input. And I'll be able to run that off the same converter here. And it'll actually require less of a heatsink than this one does. So that will be much better. And I did get one of the lenses that's supposed to go over the top of this LED, one of those little round lenses with the reflector. And I used it for a while, and I was thinking it's kind of dim with the lens on it. So I took the lens off. I think the lens was cutting down on the light by a good 40% it was taking out of this. So now I'm using it without the lens. So I'm going to put it all back together with my rubber bands here, and I'll take it outside and we'll test it out. See how bright it really is outside in the dark. Okay, I've put it back together. Oh dear. I put it on the wrong way. The terminal will have to be over here. Just a second. Okay, that's it all back together properly. If you can call putting it together with rubber bands properly. But it works. And I'm gonna go take it outside and test it, compare it with my through